Hi everybody, Army Pea here for ExploreMinate.net, and welcome to part 9 of our Let's Try StarDrive 2 with Sector 0. Now, where we left off with part 8 is we were aggressively colonizing all of these remaining hotspot planets that we wanted to keep as our own. We've had a little bit of friction with the Trek affiliation, but nothing that's going to cause full-on war. We met the Draylock Council, which was a pleasant surprise, only to be a little bit of a sour note because she's been upset at us for expanding so aggressively. And we were able to find something called subspace artillery, which is a huge, massive artillery piece that we can fit onto a larger hull size than we have with our frigates. So our battleship construction, if you notice in the upper left-hand corner, is 8 more turns. So this one is this particular Let's Play is going to be showing off that feature. I think I'm really going to be enjoying looking at that artillery piece on our ships. In the meantime, our exploration has continued. We've also, while I was off camera, I decided to colonize this world here, which is Irina 1. And we're redistributing some of our population. In the meantime, the Czech Empire decided to take, I believe that they are interested in this. I don't know why, but it's in their sphere of influence. I don't know if that was an option maybe with the Avnar. It just popped up. I'm not too entirely certain what that means, but we're going to keep an eye on it nonetheless. Now you'll notice that on this side of the kind of the upper northeast side of the map, our ships have been exploring deep into space, and I'm kind of curious if we're going to run into yet another one of the AI that's in this area. Additionally, if you remember from one of our very first Let's Tries, we found a Voyager probe which signaled us to this planet, and we're just about to find out what is happening here. And here we are, Paradise Lost. Our fleet has arrived at the coordinates of the home world as indicated on the probe's data core. This planet is a ruin. It's massively irradiated as a result of hundreds, or if not thousands, of nuclear fusion explosions. Whoever lived here are long gone, done in with nuclear weapons either by themselves or some extraplanetary threat. There is nothing to be gained here, no lessons to be learned. This race might have, with different luck or different choices, been our peers. Instead, they are radioactive dust. Such is life in the galaxy. More room for us, I suppose. I guess that's the developer's way of telling us that we should be a little bit more cautious about what we're going to be doing with our nuclear weapons. That being said, there's no point in looking here any further. A somber event, but what we have found is, a wormhole, which we haven't encountered before. Oh, look, another one. Just checking out these planets are now around next to us. Why not see what's inside this wormhole? What could possibly go wrong? Okay. Unyielding Justice is going to be built. I think we're going to be upgrading most of these, so I don't need them. This is one of our high-end producing planets, so I want to make sure that our pollution resequencer is up and running in full magnitude. 4 more turns until our battleship. I'm getting excited. And another one of our... The Amansa sector is turning out to be quite the shipyard. I'm kind of excited about how that's all going to come down. Oh, look at this. Yet another spatial anomaly. Maybe if I have enough fuel, definitely have enough fuel. I'm going to go and check out this unexplored anomaly before we go into the wormhole. Alright, here we go. High warp. Whoa. Oh my... No. No. We are so unlucky. Now the reason I'm getting all antsy in my pantsy over here is because if you look down in this lower right hand screen, the Voltar Imperium. The Voltar are a race of, what's a better word of a term, wolf Nazis who are incredibly aggressive. So they've built some type of defensive starbase at the other side of the wormhole. We're going to withdraw, obviously. But now the Voltar are aware of us. Grr, everywhere we look we find more and more animals. I am Heinrich, Alpha Commander of the Voltar Imperium. Stay out of our way. Oh, okay. Seems like we're pretty neutral. You got a lot of different things here. A lot of different things I'm interested in there, Mr. Wolfie there. Can I call you Wolfie? No, probably not. How about we do a little bit of trade? Would you be interested in that? How about some soil enrichment? We do want that? Oh, we have a deal. And looks like that anomaly gave us oh wow, okay, quite a few. Oh wow, look at this. The Voltar Imperium have a size. Look at everybody's size of space except for ours. Like, they are everywhere. So the Voltar are right beside the Draylock Council in the southeast quadrant of the map. I'm just kind of curious. We've got 10 colonies, so does the Chuck, so does the Voltar Imperium. Wow. In our victory score, we've gone from the top of the dog to, 3 down. I mean, this is... Everything does not look like we're running in good shape here. I was all excited because I thought we were doing good, but it turns out that early war with against the Imperium Opturus Hive has crippled us and slowed us down quite a bit. Jeez. I think we might have to get that battleship up and running. And this is a perfect segue right into it. Alright, we're going to go to our shipyard and take out our Mauler, the battleship. Okay, let's see what these bad boys... Look at this. This is... we're going to have some fun with this, I think. What can we do here? So, this is probably one thing I haven't done really much on this Let's Play, and I think we're going to kind of focus on a little bit is the shipbuilding, which I think is easily the best part of StarDrive 2, either vanilla or with the DLC expansion. It's like a Lego set, right? You get in your template. With each one of these blocks, you're able to put a different weapon system, defensive system, or support system, or engines. So with this subspace artillery, I think I'm gonna actually hype these right up, because with the new mechanic of having smaller fleets due to your fleet size, or you're going over your CP limit being capped and crippling your economy if you decide to do that, going over your CP limit. I'm going to instead build more focused and specialized ships, and fewer of them, versus just mass and going en masse. Now, what I think we're going to do here is really kind of beef up this bad boy. Make this just a mess of dangerous intentions. Okay. I am going to just enjoy it. So what am I doing right now is I am putting on rockets to cover my subspace artillery, because subspace will be long range. My missiles will be medium range, and for close range I haven't really quite decided what we're gonna. We don't really have a lot of options. I mean, I guess ion beams are sufficient. They're not the best thing. I need somebody to take out potential fighters if they're going to swarm my ships. Because what we can do now is, instead of having to build a quantity of different frigates or freighters, we can actually just build battleships and kind of substitute this entire thing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm putting armor down to kind of protect, with the combination of the shields, all the vital parts of my ship. And by doing this, it will protect everything that we have, all the goodies that we have in the inside of this ship. Alright, I think we need some point defense. We've got a few point defense here. Is this going to be coming out the side? We don't necessarily want that, but we don't really need that much point defense. I say that, but I'm trying to think if I'm trying to remember if what the Chuck affiliation typically has in terms of their affiliation, because if we're going to go to war, it's definitely going to be with them. They're just not a very trustworthy race. Actually might make a few more point defense systems here, because my rockets are going to be going forward to protect our space artillery. Do a couple on the sides here, why not? Just in case we get some fighters being saucy with us. We'll go to the system tab here. Now you'll notice that these subspace artillery weapons are going to be using a combination of both power and ordnance, so we need to have quite a bit of ordnance. So let's see what we can do here for power. Wow, this takes a lot of power. This is, yeah, wow, these subspace weapons are saucy. I think what we should do is right about there, our power capacitor, we're going to need at least 2 or even a smaller one. Seconds to empty. Wow. That's pretty incredible. Oh no, we're good for now it's just our ammo. Now we have to really load up on how much ammunition this bad boy can carry. Well, man, I really want to get this thing into combat. It's going to be a lot of fun when we do. Let's move that shield generator out of the way. Put it right here. Get some more ordnance downrange. And even more here. It has to be a nostalgic thing just to build these ships, because I absolutely love doing this. When I used to play this game, I used to just sit for an hour and just enjoy building ships. So it looks like we've got everything exactly where we want it to be. That is a heavy-duty bad boy ship. Okay, I know I've asked for names in previous Let's Tries. This one I'm going to name as Chuck Killer. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. We're gonna even paint that with raspberry red on each one of these bad boy ships. Okay, perfect. So we've got one of those going. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start building some of these bad boys on one of our high producing planets. Now, I do believe that we wanted to go here. Okay, so we're going to go on our way. Oh, I'm still curious how they had ended up with that. Okay, so we've got another wormhole that we're going through, the Voltar Imperium. I just want to see if anybody's at war with each other. It doesn't look like anybody's at war. Everybody's being peaceful for the time being. Maybe they're just thinking the exact same thing I am. Alright, what do we got here? Cruise Mister, cluster cannons. I think we're going to choose some of the... I think we're going to go for subspace projectors for the time being. Because we may have to travel a huge... Oh, it looks like we went through it, and Draylock Council owns it. We'll withdraw. The incursion of Karathi ships into Draylock core space is unacceptable. You're absolutely right. I'm on my way. Okay. Pollution resequencer. What do we got? We got some industrial output. Okay, so I am going to, at this point, edit my roster a little bit. Take out the Long Talon and put in the Chuck Killer. Oh man, this is going to be great. I don't know if we'll end up going to war fully on this Let's Play or not, but the fact that we're building these things gives me a little bit of a nerdgasm. Okay, so what do we have here? The home fleet. Probably checking out why we're moving into their territory. See, this is interesting here. The Voltar and the Dreylock aren't at war, but you can see that there's one sector of space that's kind of surrounded by the Dreylock Empire. The Dreylock Council that's owned by the Voltar Imperium. So interesting, to say the least. We've made our subspace projectors. Okay, and I think what we're going to do for some assimilation, because everybody has more technology than we do, so why not enjoy it? Okay, I'm going to do some pollution resequencing. And we're still colonizing pretty aggressively. Okay, our assimilation. You'll notice that these researches are just absolutely, popping out at incredible rates here, because I've neglected for so long my my research, but now that I've focused heavily into it, I'm getting a research almost once every 3 turns. Okay, so the Chuck Killer, we got 17 turns to build, which is, wow, I expected that to be a little bit faster. So I'm going to make a industrial infrastructure which produces the raw output by 25%. That way we'll probably be in a little bit better shape. So this is getting ready for war. I really want to try out those weapon systems. What do we got for... okay, we're going to go back and get you a little bit more fuel there, Mr. Karathi. I'm going to head off here. And same with you. I think we're going to refuel all of our exploration ships and continue on. Now, as the time is, I believe we've ancient fuel cache. Oh, well, why don't we just take that? Our construction ship's not doing anything else. This here is an ancient fuel cache. This sector contains a huge number of perfect spheres formed in a 100% pure reactor fuel. Whoever owns this in their sector will gain 3 movement bonus for the fleets. Wow, okay, for sure, we're going to take that. And we're, again, going absolutely crazy with our particle dispensers, 802, disruptor cannons. So this is what the Chuck have going, is the disruptor cannons. So we might actually be, upgrading our first Chuck Killer before it actually gets off the assembly line. And same idea here. We want to be able to outproduce our enemies at all fronts. Okay, and what do we got? Well, that's not actually too bad. Not too shabby. So yeah, well, here we are. We're making all different types of headway with nasty neighbors. Oh, great. Now comes the fun part. Now this is a part of both the... I don't believe that it's been changed at all when it came to the vanilla game, but there is a espionage mechanic in the game. And how it works is you actually build spies on planets. So let's just use this as an example. I'll kind of use this as a nice segue to get into showing on how to build a spy. Now spies at the very bottom right hand here, you can build them. They're very cheap. And what you can do is you can use them either for defense, or you can use them as getting into their an enemy's their society. I typically, when I play the games, I only use them as defense because I find that the time it takes to try to infiltrate and to do anything against an enemy empire is so... the time commitment is totally not there. So now that they have detected a mole and they're going to start trying to steal my technology, I'm just going to start building a few spies for general defenses. Economic leader, bringer of death. No. So the bringer of death is that I get -2 population points per term. And our disruptor cannons are already there. So yeah, we are really rolling now. Well, there's an ECM jammer. We should really use that versus point defense. So yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to be having to upgrade our Chuck Killer. The Imperium believes that it would be both our interests to engage in trade. Alright, so here we go again. He wants to do a trade where he gets the better of the deal, but because I don't want to get on the bad side of these wolf Nazis, I'm going to take it. It'll give us two BC per turn, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, what do we got here? Small barren planets. Where is this? Is this my colony ship? Oh no, it ran out of fuel. That's okay, it's going exactly where we want it to anyway. And I think we actually have to redo this one to go here. Okay. We're building some spies. And I'll show you where the spy mechanic comes in. So this is under the diplomacy screen. You'll see that I've got some defensive spies here. I'll build probably close to a dozen, but I think that they're 1 BC per turn, so I don't want to get too crazy because my economy is jamming at a 9% tax rate. Oh wow. Okay, I'm going to this for 42, 24, 17. That sounds good. Okay, and now I'm kind of just preparing for, because 0 is a great, or 1 in the 0 sector is a great all-around planet, so I'm just going to kind of prepare it just in case I have to switch it from... Okay, there's my EMC jammers. Okay, so before I do that, I think I'm going to go back and look at my shipyard, pull out our new Chuck Killer, and see if it makes more sense to put an EMC jammer on there. Yeah, I'm going to replace the small little ion cannon, and then I'm going to put disruptor cannons to replace the ion cannons because the damage output's way better. Looks like we're still good for... Yeah, we're still good for our energy output, so we'll call this version 1.0. Not even off the assembly line, and I'm already making adjustments. So I'm going to cancel you. I'll lose a little bit, but edit my roster, Chuck Killer 1.0, and here we go. And I don't think we're going to be using these fighter bays anymore. 15 turns, so it's already getting better. Okay. Wow, we are producing a ton of research. I cannot believe this. Yeah, 1 command point, that's good too. Construction of more spies, good. I'm still shocked that we haven't found that last colony. Okay, so we are producing a little bit here. Probably get a little bit, and I don't know why I haven't produced that earlier. Oh, what a waste! So if you, I quickly went through the screen. I just noticed that I could have built something that increases the amount of research per scientist by 1, and I hadn't even built it yet. What do we got here? 11.5. I want to unyielding justice. I'll build one of those because we're about halfway done, and then it's on to the Chuck Killer. Oh man. Oh man. It's a good thing we're building the Chuck Killers right now, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Hello again. We have a wonderful proposal for you today. I love how he spins it. This proposal that you must pay us money on a regular schedule. In exchange, we will not kill and eat you. A good deal for all, yes? I'll tell you right now, the idea of being eaten by a cockroach from space is very unappealing. 10% of my GDP. Now, no, you know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm not going to do it. Nope, I'm not interested. Okay, so he's the one. So you'll notice on the lower right-hand side of the screen, our counter-espionage forces have eliminated an enemy spy, the Chuck. So my 4 defensive spies have already caught him. So he's overall mood. I'm just kind of seeing how the Chuck feel about us right now, and everybody seems relatively okay with us. The Draylock Council is ticked off because I'm expanding. But generally speaking, we're going to be okay. But as soon as I build those bad boys... Oh, look at this fleet. It's called the Invasion Fleet. They must have taken Avnar. Oh, man. I'm getting my sweaty palms. Now, where do I go from here? I'm going to use drop pods because I get the basically the initiative in each battle versus the defenders. So that seems like a good thing, especially if I'm going to be invading a lot of planets. Okay, we're all fueled up there. Okay, and it's time to set up a subspace station here. And we're just going to see what's down here. 38%. Yeah, let's just go here for now. All right. Recruiting arms, good. Unyielding justice. Looks like we're building a couple star killers now. I love that. I'm going to have to build a military command post for you and get you over here, because that'll increase our CP for a later date. Oh, good. Looks like we've got everything exactly where we want it. Let's see if this... Everybody's happy on Dorne, which is funny because I liberated you. I'm glad that you finally feel like you're a part of the Empire now. Anytime I can help, I'll tell you that. Okay. Looks like our colony ships are running out. Oh no, the Dreylag Council has stolen technology from us. So apparently, even with all the other spies that I had going on, wasn't enough to stop them. Yeah, I really want to find this last, because there's got to be at least one more. Yeah, there's one unborn empire. They have, I see they have 9 colonies. Everybody seems to be colonizing at nearly the same rate I am, which is, you know, like, I'm not playing this as a min-maxer, but this is, it's impressive that the AI has been able to keep up with me. Okay. What do we got here? 3 for 3. I'm going to make you guys orbital habitat. I think that we're going to do an automated rover bay first to get a little bit more production out of Wind Dragon. Oh, and the Chuck Empire, I've already got a colony ship going. Yeah, you know, I think we're at the point now where we're done the exploration phase for the most part. We're pretty close to being done the expansion phase, which means that I believe that the advantage is in our favor as for the exploit. Okay, drop ships are good to go. And what do we have here? Targeting computers, cruise missiles, defensive battery, mech weapons. Man, there's so many different choices. Proximity mines, cluster cannons are so much fun, but what a mess. They make every fight just a delicious mess. I'm going to go for a mech factory because those bad boys are always a lot of fun. So it looks like we have yet another unexplored anomaly, which is great. This is why we do what we do in terms of the end of our exploration phase. Oh, this is interesting. We found yet another ancient probe. It's the exact same one that we found from before. So it's definitely a throwback to the Voyager probe that was launched in the 1970s. But unfortunately, I would have taken something like a planet-wide bonus of some type. Good, our spies are working. Okay. What do we got here? We're on... I want to build a command post and an infantry base and another star killer, please. So we've got our first, the Chuck Killer. Fuel is really, really low. But we're going to send him to Yin Dragon. Just for defensive purposes, of course, like everything else. Okay, my colony ship's back up and running. And we are going to and we are headed to Mandy 1. Good. All of our outpits are starting to come into play. This is great. Means that we are really going to be rocking and rolling once we get these operational. And a command post for you guys, please. And I'll get you back onto... Well, we're going through an ion field. That's what's damaging our ship. I didn't even notice it was a an ion storm. Hopefully we have enough shielding to get through that ion storm and discover on the other side. Okay, and actually I want to scrap this ship. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I really wish we could do, is just scrap the ship from from this screen. Unfortunately, I had to go into the shipyard to do it. It's a bit of a shame. Unless no, I'm not seeing something. So we will take that ship back and to Irana 1. It's probably going to run out of fuel. We'll have a nice little indication for that. Construction ship complete. And what we want to do, and this is for our ancient fuel cache. And we're going to build a mining sector here. Why not? 12 turns. I'll take it. Alright. Things are kind of getting a little bit... oh, look, we've got another chuck killer being built. Nice. Things are starting to heat up. Now what I should do is, although the chuck killer is an excellent beast of a ship, one thing I know for certain is that it's not enough to take down an empire. We're going to have to build and relocate some of our bombers if we're going to be going against a truck affiliation. I'm going to have to increase the amount of... Whoa! I'm going to have to also be very careful because I have totally exceeded my... See how quickly that happened? I'm 2 over my limit for the CP, and I'm at minus 21. I bet you if I built another one, it would jump even higher than that. So we're going to get to a little bit of an even by increasing our tax base, and we are going to go to the shipyard here, and we're probably going to start eliminating some of these fighter bays and getting to a point where all of our ships are going to be battleships. That's one thing I personally like to do. I don't like to build the smaller ships. I kind of find it's a little bit of a waste. The only thing I'm going to keep around are some of the Yogi the Bears, because they're fast and fun. So I'm going to scrap you, dear sir. Nothing personal. You did yourself a fine job, but bigger and better. Good, we're back down. We're +7. That's good. Excellent. And yep, exactly where I want it. So I got 19 out of 23. That's exactly what I want. And we're going to consolidate those. I haven't really decided if we're going to go and invade yet. You can see here that the Chuck affiliation is really scared of being around me, because they're building star bases all over the place to protect their borders, which I guess is fine, but I really want that pinch. I get the funny feeling that, yeah, this is obviously their home world. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've made a decision. As the leader of the Karathi, we're going to go and eradicate the new threat, which is the Chuck affiliation. I mean, there shouldn't be any doubt we have a ship called the Chuck Killer. What I'm going to do is increase our fleet size to nothing more than battleships. The battleships, we're going to change their design, and I'll probably end up making them on off screen and then showing you what the designs are going to be. One is going to be a fighter bay ship carrying hundreds and hundreds of skilled fighters. The second one will be a incredibly fast battleship. It's great if you load them up as much as you possibly can with as much engines as you can with minimal armor, because they can move like crazy, and they will have disruptor cannons all over them, being able to soak up a huge amount of damage and issue it. We'll have our long range Chuck killers, and finally we'll probably make smaller bombs with our neurotoxin bomb that we discovered very early in the game. My objective will be to push deep into their territory, launching from Yin Dragon right here, launching and going right to their home planet of Pitch 2, which I'm pretty sure is their... Yeah, that's crazy. Look at that. If it's not, it's... No, I don't know what it is, but we're going to cut this empire literally right in half. Either moving from Pitch into Spray, which... They have an ability to have a huge amount. They're subterranean. The reason that you'll see this, if you look here, you'll see in these brackets it has a little indication. It says how many population base you can have, 6 out of 6. He's actually got 16 people there. Because he's subterranean, he can actually increase the size or the amount of people that can live on a planet by burrowing underneath the core. It's one of the attributes that you can pick at the beginning of the game, and it's awesome. It's an awesome pick if you want high population planets. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's our entire goal. Our entire goal from here on in will be to stop the Chuck affiliation and all of its threat that it entails. It will require yet another drastic shift in our economy, away from mass research and into raw, unbridled production. We also have to increase our economy base to make sure that it can support such a large fleet, but once that they're eliminated, there will be no one who can stand in our way. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I've kind of given you a brief overview of where we got here. The Voltaire Imperium were some our new neighbors to the southeast. They don't seem very interested in anything but taking us over. The Dreylock Council have been relatively quiet, and the Chuck affiliation has demanded tribute from us, which makes me think that the best defense against them will be a swift and absolutely brutal offense. So what we're going to do is I'm going to, in the next Let's Play, design those ships that we had talked about. I'll show you on part 10 that will be coming in the future. And I will prepare a strategy and a battle plan to take out our Chuck affiliation neighbors. This has been Army Pea. It's been a blast. If you like this video, make sure you comment, like, comment, and subscribe at the bottom. And I'll see you all next time.